97.5 KGKL, number one for New Country. And joining us directly from his face, here he is, Gary Allan.
How are you?
We're good. We miss you, man. We're looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, stoked to come back.
You're back. You were here about a year or so ago. Now, so what's been going on in your life these days? Are you still doing the jewelry?
You know what, I am. In fact, I was doing that today because I got canceled. I was supposed to write today, and I got pushed to tomorrow. So yeah, now I'm putting diamonds in an eagle claw right now, and I'll probably have that on when I see you.
I read this story about one of your fans that had been to her 300th Gary Allan show, and what did you do for her?
I had made her a little heart diamond ring.
That is really cool. Now, how much touring are you doing now? How about how many weeks out of the year are you touring?
We did about 100 shows a year, and that calcs out to about a day and a half for every day on the road. So I'm on the road about 200 days a year.
Wow, that's a pretty heavy duty schedule. It didn't leave you a lot of time for relaxation.
It's not. So it's a big chunk. So I'm just coming off a bunch of time off. I've had 2 weeks off right now, which is actually good. I just had a guy quit, so I had to go audition and find a guy and then rehearse. That's a big deal in my world. So Jamie Hanna, the guy that used to play guitar for me, his dad plays in the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and he quit my band to go play for his dad, but he had been in my band for like 14, 13 years. Tough to replace those guys.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Now, you've been teasing people for almost 6 years, I guess, teasing people about a new album.
Yeah, I switched record labels. And that cost me probably a year or two of lawyering and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, and the record, I feel like it's old. So I think we're going to go in and record, 2 or 3 more and pick a single off of the new stuff. I feel like I need to freshen it up. So it's more that you're going to wait for right now. Been writing my butt off, though, and I feel like it should come out of the stuff that I'm doing right now.
Excellent. So do we have a ballpark release date, or do you even want to go there?
No. I don't even have a studio date. I told the guys that I said we're going to go in and cut for a single, so I feel like I have to have the song in my hand, in my head.
I got you.
Before I book. But I'm close.
So I'm doing a little research, and Billboard magazine put out an article August last year. It says Gary Allan's 10 best songs, the critics picks. And I want to kind of get your feel for each one of these as I kind of go through them. They have number 10 is Get Off on the Pain.
Yeah, love that song. It was I've used it in the rodeo for a long time, the bull riding, PBR.
Right. Number 9 is one that pretty much everybody knows, and it's one of my favorites, Every Storm Runs Out of Rain.
Yeah.
Now, I would have thought that would have been a little bit higher.
Me too.
What does that song mean to you?
That's just one of those get-you-through-everything songs. Funny story about that song. One of my buddies that I wrote it with, Hillary Lindsay and Matt Warren. And it was Matt's hook, and Matt was going through a tough time as a songwriter. If you're going through a tough time as a songwriter, it usually means you're waiting tables or landscaping. So he was landscaping and hit a rock with his weed eater, and it hit him in the face, and he actually wrote that down and brought it over. Every Storm Runs Out of Rain. And then writing with Hillary, I like the heart-wrenching songs in country music, and I had to, my manager was always telling me that, it's two down, and so I had to kind of learn how to lighten up my writing, and that song, learning to do that with her was a learning experience for me, because the song insinuates down, but every line in the song is up. Watching her dissect a song with me to do that was a learning experience for me.
Number 8 is Her Man.
Her Man. That was the first song we ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
It was Waylon Jennings' cover. If you wanted to find it, it's on a record called The Eagle. Almost didn't cut the song because it said, "I've got a woman that's better than most." And I thought, who the shit wants to hear that? I think there's an Alan Jackson song called "I'll Try." It reminds me of that. Anyway, it worked out. And yeah, we had a good hit with it.
Number 7, Life Ain't Always Beautiful.
Great song. That's right. And I was just in the middle of all of it. And I can't remember her name that wrote it.
Yeah, maybe Cindy Thompson. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Boom. Look at you. There you go. She wrote it. And she walked away from it. she didn't want to do it.
This song, I loved the original, and I loved your version, too. It was the song that Vertical Horizon had called Best I Ever Had.
Yeah, and that's actually when I was truly in the thick of it, and everything I was writing was just sad, and nobody would ever want to put it on the radio more than once. And my producer, his kid, is the one that sent me that song, because I kept saying, I don't want to pretend like it didn't happen. You know, I didn't want to just put out a sunshiny song right after my wife had committed suicide. So anyway, that was a song that he had sent me, and he goes, man, I think you'd kill this, and it fits what you're saying. And anyway, it really worked out for me, so it bought me some time to where I could, you know, get back and put my own thoughts on paper.
And it was really the music that pulled you out of it, right? That helped you get through it.
Yes, absolutely. That was complete therapy for me. I think that was better than any, you know, psychiatrist or any of that, because you sit down with your friends every day and you kick through all your emotions and pull the hooks out of them and write all about it. Yeah, so that was total healing for me.
I think everybody goes through trauma, and I think that's why everybody can kind of relate to the healing process. And for an artist, it would be the art. That makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Number 5, Man to Man.
Man to Man, just a great song. That's one of my buddies that I write with all the time, Odie and Jamie O'Hara. He brought that to me, and just a great song. It's got a lot of attitude. Loved it. That was my first number 1.
And you've had several. And a bunch of top 10s. This is one of the sexy Gary Allan songs. This must be the one that you get the most reaction from women. Nothing on but the radio.
Yeah. Great tune. That's Odie Blackman, one of my buddies. I lived on his couch when I first moved to town, a writer friend of mine. Yeah, one of those ones he just brought me one day and said, how about this? And killed it. Great song.
This is kind of interesting. Number 3 on here, according to Billboard, it says, a lot of Allan's early work had a definite retro feel to it, and this song sounded like the perfect mixture of Merle Haggard and Chris Isaak. That's a really interesting combination, but I guess it works. Smoke Rings in the Dark.
Yeah, boom. Another interesting fact I heard about that the other day, and I'm blanking on his name. It'll come to me while I'm talking. My producer, Mark Wright, had asked him to write something for Don Henley. He said, I have a new act that I'm working with, and that was, didn't even know who I was at the time, and said, we're looking for like a Don Henley kind of a song. And anyway, and that's where that came from.
Number 2 is Tough Little Boys.
Tough Little Boys, Harley Allen, one of the great writers on the planet. He's not with us anymore, but he wrote that, and it's all true. I mean, he followed his little girl to school, and that's just him. Great song.
Honorable mention, From Where I'm Sitting.
From where I'm sitting, I can see where I stand. I want to say that's a Garth Brooks song that he wrote.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and that was on my demo that got me my deal. Yeah, a little 4-song demo, and that's one of the songs that I sang for my producer, or Bruce Hinton, actually the head of the label. Had to go play for him in a hotel room. And I played that and Lovesick Blues. Probably Used Heart for Sale.
Yeah, Used Heart for Sale. That's right. And then the one you probably saved for the encore, Watching Airplanes.
Boom. Yeah, we either open or that is always a big point. I think we close the show with that right now, and then I think we come back with Right Where I Need to Be. Yeah, Airplanes, great tune. Jonathan Singleton, he was going for a deal right then too, and gave me that song, and I felt like that's a career song. It really did something for mine.
What is it about playing a show that gives you the biggest kick? Is it the fans that stand up the whole time and sing every word?
It is, and watching the emotions cross people. Music stamps time. Like if I remember things by what was on the radio back then, and you can watch the memories. Usually, if you like my stuff, you've been through a lot of shit. So
yeah.
You can watch those memories, wash over people. When you play the Life Ain't Always Beautiful, and Every Storm, just watching people cry, and you could tell you're taking them back to a spot. I think that's magic.
It's going to be great to have you back in town on May 5th. Eli Young Band going to open up for you. We're just so excited to have you back, and I venture to say everybody that was at the show last year is coming to this one too. You're going to be in a little bit of a different venue but I think you'll find it to your liking, and we're excited. We can't wait to see you.
Very cool, man. Us too.
Appreciate you taking a little bit of time out, and we'll catch you up soon.
Yeah, my pleasure. Have a good day.
Thanks, Gary.